welcome to Lena World. Today I'll introduce you to one more tincture, a very, very powerful one. It's called Maria Treben tincture, and she was a very famous herbalist, Maria Treben. She's from Austria originally, and she revived many herbs. She brought renaissance to the herbal world and healed many people. And this particular recipe, it's Sweden bitters, which you can find, I think, online if you look for it, or any pharmacy if you go and look for it. I'm sure you can get at some place or the other. It's a mixture of many powerful herbs, including camphor, turmeric, ash tree, you name it. And of course, the proportions are accordingly. Now, what are these herbs for? So as I said, these herbs is from an old manuscript revived by Maria Treben, an Austrian herbalist who is unfortunately no more, but she left this very powerful mixture, the formula that works wonders for many, many purposes. It seems like when I read it, that the old manuscript says it can heal 46 types of ailments. Not only is it preventive, but it's also curative. You name it, nervous system disorders, rheumatism, sinusitis, headaches, swellings, let's say from some bites or bruises, even clearing of any congestions in your liver, detoxifying your body very nicely. It works wonders even for people who lost their hearing, even to that extent. Also very beneficial for the eyes. It has this variety of purposes it can be used for. And normally when you buy it online or wherever you're going to get it, it will tell you for which purposes. But I told you it's both preventive and curative. There are two ways to take it. One is internally, another one is applying it externally. Now, if we take it internally, I've already talked to you about in the past about tinctures, right? What do we require for tinctures? We require the herb itself. So here is a mixture of many herbs. Okay, and this is a standard size, standard formula, and this is 90 grams. And for this 90 grams, we need 1.5 liters of clear alcohol. Make sure you get clear, pure, no flavors, nothing. So, and what you need to do, you need a 2-liter glass jar. Okay, because we need to later shake them. So what happens? Again, 1.5 liters of clear alcohol, 40% to, if you can get 40, great, or stronger, whatever you can source find. Then what we're going to do now, we are pouring this whole packet of these Maria Treben Sweden bitters or Schwedenkräuter. I think Kräuter in German, if my German is still alive, it means herbs. Schweden means Sweden, all right? So I'm pouring all these herbs. Oh, make sure. And I can smell camphor, because camphor is also part of this formula. Big time. Big time. Very powerful. Ooh, strong. Camphor strong. If you ever had ear infections, when I was growing up, I used to have them. My mom used to put camphor in my ears all the time. So, body has memories. I do remember camphor sessions and the smell. Ooh, strong. So then we close it, right? And we'll need to keep it like this, shaking it every day, a couple of times like this, shaking it every day in the sun, on the windowsill, or by the oven, just to have it in a nice warm place for 14 days. Actually, some sources also say it's okay if you keep it a little longer, so then it'll get even stronger. The decoction, that this tincture will become even stronger, more potent. And once it's done, 14 days are over, minimum 14 days are over. And then we're going to strain it. We'll strain it and keep it in other little, maybe glass jars, or if you travel, maybe you have some bottles with a dropper or something. So it's up to you. But I'll tell you, if you travel, this is the emergency, one of the number of things you should always have in your emergency bag. It's absolutely miraculous. I told you, for so many purposes. So once we're done with it, the minimum 14 days period is over, and we're ready to consume it. How do we consume it now? I'll tell you. We take, for preventive purposes, 1 teaspoon twice a day. Okay, so let's say morning and evening. Now, if you are using it for curative purposes, let's say you have some ailments, some disease already, okay? Then you take it 3 times a day, 1 teaspoon. If you have some very serious disease, you take 2 to 3 tablespoons. And sometimes, some special herbal teas should also be prescribed. But how you take them, one very important thing. I've seen people just take them in their mouth, but the manuscript requires that you dilute it with water. With a little water, dilute it in a cup and drink it down. So that's how we can take it internal. And as I said, if you want to really detoxify your body, because it's known to expel poison from your body, sinuses, bronchitis, pneumonias, indigestion even, if you have some gallbladder issues suddenly, excellent tonic. So, but as I said, for preventive purposes, once a year, maybe twice a year, fall time, springtime, we can just do a 30-day session, just taking these 2 teaspoons a day. It wouldn't hurt, wouldn't it? So that's internal intake. And remember, dilute it with water. That's what the recipe requires. But I've seen people who take it directly into their mouth. But the taste is also very, very strong, camphor tasting like. Now, externally, for external applications, we do compresses. And how we do a compress? So we take, let's say, some cotton, cotton wool, and just soak it in it. And then, so let's say I have a problem with the stress, right? So I squeeze that, alcohol back, not really fully, but, it shouldn't be dripping all over. So make sure it's wet and damp fully, but not overly dripping. So I put it on the part that I've injured, or let's say there's swelling, or maybe I want to detoxify, let's say, my liver, and or my kidneys or something like this. So I can also put it on the part, on that organ itself from the outside. It's working from the outside as well. And then, but it's more difficult here, right? So on the hand, then I put a plastic bag. Normally I don't use that much plastic, but here because we need these herbs to get back absorbed in the skin. We cannot put some paper. Paper will absorb all the benefits, right? So put a plastic bag, and then we wrap it with a Band-Aid or something and leave it for good 2 to 4 hours. If you can take it, you can leave it overnight. But some people have some allergic reactions, some allergies, more sensitive skin. So maybe for them, tinctures wouldn't even work. You just, soak some little wool, cotton wool, and just rub it, and it'll soak into your skin. But it's more effective if you can do a compress. And then what she also recommends, Maria Treben, she says that, not to dehydrate the skin too much or to burn it if you have a sensitive skin. So maybe you can apply some little oil, calendula oil, which is very calming the skin, before you apply that compress, the tincture compress. So that's one recommendation she says. And then, once you remove the compress, then you can, sprinkle some talcum powder or something. That's another recommendation she gives. And you repeat the process, as long as the problem persists. But I'll tell you one time from my experience, I was really very badly bitten by some wasp or something. My foot became like 3 times the size. It looked like an elephant foot. I couldn't even walk. It was so swollen. And the first night I applied, it worked wonders. The swelling, the heat, everything went down. I felt it was definitely in the healing process. And the second night when I applied, my foot was rejecting it because it did not need, it's so powerful. It did not need that tincture, that compress anymore. So I started getting this itchy sensation at night on my foot. So the whole ankle, my foot was like this. So as I said, the first night it worked miracles, wonders, and that was enough. I did not need the second night, but I wanted to aid, to assist, to enhance the healing process. I thought, I'm responsible for my own body. Let me do it one more night, because it wasn't still fully healed from the outside, though the heat was gone, everything. So, but when I applied for the second time in the middle of the night, I woke up, it was so itchy all over. So it showed the healing process that was there, and the body was rejecting the tincture already. So, but it's very, very, very powerful. As I said, for almost every ailment, the old manuscript list from Dr. Sams lists 46 ailments, so both bodily ailments and also mental problems, both for curative and preventive purposes. So here I just need also to add, I already put the Maria Treben herbs, the Sweden bitters, and I need to put the date because I have to know when I put it inside this glass jar that I don't forget when the minimum 14 days are over, or I'll keep it longer. These herbs are going to expand, they'll become like darker, and they'll look more of them. But when you use, you can't soak, cotton wool inside the herbs. So you need to strain it first. So whatever you use, you strain it, and whatever you don't need to use right now, you just leave it here and let it let it become more and more potent. So again, these are Maria Treben herbs, and this is her actually. That's how she looks. Very famous herbalist, beautiful woman, and she healed so many people in her life, and we are very grateful to her because she revived, she brought renaissance to this beautiful old manuscript that she took over from Dr. Sams from Sweden, and it's absolutely miraculous. The story goes that even before Dr. Sams, there was somebody else, I think in the 15th century or something, also was using it. But I'm just happy that it's there, it's available, it's not kept in secret. Only a privileged few have access to this formula. So we all can get it. As I said, I've seen it, it's being sold online here. I'm getting in a pharmacy. Everybody knows we're very much into all this herbal culture here in this part of the world. So again, welcome to this healthy world of Maria Treben Sweden bitters. If you can get it, take it, because I told you I don't travel without it. For preventive, curative purposes, almost any ailment, I told you, from bloating, gas, and digestion, congestion, sinuses, spasms, injuries, hearing problems, toothache even, congested nose, sinuses, headaches, apparently even enhances memories. So that's how powerful it is. So again, welcome to Lena World, and I'm very, very happy to share this divine herbal recipe tincture in a tincture form with you. May you always stay happy and healthy.